I'm gonna say he was the smartest person in the room. And once you're the smartest person in the room, you have no room to go. You just put a ceiling over yourself. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the More Purpose Podcast,
where we talk faith and finances.
I'm your host, Clarence.
And your co-host, Marlon.
And this is episode 10, and we talk about generational wealth. We have a special guest.
Yes, sir.
This is my boy since middle school.
Yeah.
My boy, Jaden Perkins, a.k.a. HFM Dime. What HFM mean?
Hustle for more, man.
Yes, Lord.
Hey, you got to hustle for more, bro.
Yeah.
But happy to have you up here, man. Love.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me up here, man.
Yeah, this is season finale. We just want to let y'all have like a more intimate, personal conversation with us. Like, this is a conversation that we'll usually have off camera, but just because we always striving for more, we always hustling for more. So, generational wealth is a topic. We're going to talk about how we can reach generational wealth, why our generation doesn't really talk about it, and the different ways that we can just obtain it and pass it down to our kids. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So, first question. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
What is generational wealth?
What is generational wealth? Generational wealth is basically like what you are building as yourself, and then you're passing it down. And it's not just passing down, but you're passing it down to your kids, and you're just starting that generation. You got some people that's what's like kind of stuck in that generational curse. And more so it's you solely that's trying to break that generational curse, and you just continue to grow that throughout everybody.
Yeah, but that's tough, bro. Because a lot of times we don't really see generational wealth in our communities because nobody in our families even knows about generational wealth.
Right.
Because the generational curse is more so the lack of knowledge. The lack of knowledge of not knowing how to be financially literate or knowing how to invest in the right things.
Facts.
The different asset classes that can lead to being able to have something to pass down to your kids.
I feel like a lot of times too, also, especially like being, I guess I would say African American, and I feel like a lot of times we look at it like the people like that are millionaires and stuff like that. We look at it like it can't happen to us.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people don't reach that either because they don't dream big enough. They're looking like, yeah, that's them. But
Yeah.
and they look at their family line like all my family came from the hood. All my family came from this. Nobody was ever a millionaire.
Facts.
So it's like that's just the way it's gonna be. But like he said, like the generational curse is like it got to be somebody that comes up and be like, nah, like yeah, my family was this, but this what I'm gonna do for like I'm gonna start the bloodline off with this. Like I'm gonna go get it.
I'm gonna be the generational breaker. Basically.
That's absolutely. Like, I mean, you got some people, they got a smaller window than others. Others got a bigger window, but it's just really up to you if you can go through that window or not.
Yeah,
It's
facts.
just the opportunity and everything.
Facts. And bro, it's really crazy like how the school system just basically desensitizes like the mindset of being an entrepreneur or owning something or having something to pass down because all school teaches us is to go to school, work a 9 to 5, work under someone else, retire at 60.
Pay your bills.
Things like pay your bills, pay your debt off.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no lessons about learning how to invest, how to do your taxes, how to basically have the tax, like beat the tax codes. There's no reason why billionaires is not paying taxes and we paying taxes. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like, it's just the lack of knowledge that we're not taught in school in the first place in our prime years of where we need to be learning that the most.
That's right.
And it's more so now, like for like our generation, just not even for our generation, but when you're trying to get to that level of just trying to build that generational wealth, you have to seek the knowledge. That's just more so what it is. It's there. It's just hidden. You have to go get it. You have to seek the knowledge. That's pretty much what it comes to.
Most of it's in the book.
Yep.
Exactly.
So it's like I feel like that's where most of it is. Like most people don't put their heads in the book. Like what's that quote?
Bro, the quote is, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book.
And that's actually facts.
And we have to break that stigma, bro. We have to break that stigma because it's crazy because it smacked me in the face because I hate reading. So it's like, dang, that must be true because I hate reading.
Yeah, now that's facts.
But now that I'm matured, I'm getting older, and I'm realizing like the habits and the ways that rich and wealthy people move and react. They're all reading it. Everybody says read because knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And now that I know that, it's more so, all right, bet I know if I want to obtain wealth, I have to put myself in the mindset of knowing how the wealthy work, and to do that, I have to read what they did.
And that's what separates them, like the millionaires, from all the people that are average.
Facts.
I think about it, it's a handful. Yes, the millionaires of this generation has increased, but it's still a handful of people. Like you don't just get $1 million by accident.
Facts.
Like they doing what the regular people don't want to do. So yes, reading it may seem boring, or it may seem like something you don't want to do at the time, especially when you're young, because other stuff you could be doing, you could be playing the game and all that stuff. I know me, like being on my phone, but putting your head in the book early is like that's one of the best things. Like looking back on life, you can be like, I wish I would have.
Yeah.
read some
Because I
books.
mean, really, like your mind is like a sponge. Like
Yeah.
everything you look at, like everything you read, you soaking all that in. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, like reading it definitely plays a big part. I definitely feel that when it comes to like the rich and the poor, it's kind of like a pyramid in a way. Like they're at the top and we're at the bottom.
Yeah.
They're never gonna really like give us that information and tell us how to like basically bring us up,
They gonna
because
gatekeep.
the reason being is just because they're making their money off of us.
Yeah.
And that's how the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor.
Bro, I seen a video on Instagram that was basically saying how like luxury brands they target our communities because they know we want to look rich.
Right.
I see about
And they
Gucci.
make exactly Gucci and all them. They target us because they know we want to look rich. We want to look the part.
Yeah.
But don't really be looking like don't really be the part. Like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, all of them. They don't look like they billionaires.
They got on a Walmart shirt
They
and
got
some
bro.
Skechers.
They have on Target shirts and
Dad
Skechers.
jeans.
Dad jeans, like the baggy jeans, cooling
Yeah.
with a little Cadillac car for Warren. He got a Cadillac, like a 2005 Cadillac. Like what?
For real?
Yes, like just cooling. Like he not
Yeah, you're not trying to show off or anything.
living
like,
below his means, bro, and he's a billionaire. But we want to look rich. We want to put on
Yeah.
all the designer, have on all the latest stuff, and blow the whole check on that, and get caught in the rat race. And the rat race is basically this. This is what Eric Thomas said. He was like the lower class, the poor class, they trade time for work. So they go work, they put the time in, and they work. Rich people, they pay people to make them money, basically. They get the workers to work for them and make them money. So rich person, he not gonna do the work. I'm gonna get you to do the work for me, and I'm gonna just get a cut of what the work you just did.
Yeah.
Now I got my own personal time to do something else that I want to do to make me
Yeah.
even more money.
Right.
Versus people that work like a regular job, I have to clock in my 9 to 5 to make a certain amount of money just for me to spend it on bills and have to repeat.
And then you
Repeat the cycle,
you
repeat.
come home right after work tired.
Tired.
See, you don't want to work on no side hustle. after.
Exactly.
And like the thing is too, like with African Americans, is that we go work and we're underpaid more than any other race there is.
Facts.
But we're like, we put the biggest percentage back into the economy as
That's
races.
crazy.
And then we, like he was saying, it's a cycle. We go back, we go spend all this money just for that comfort, that peace of like, I've worked so much, I want this so bad, I'm gonna get it, but then I'm putting myself right back in the hole where I gotta go work again.
That's facts.
It's bro, our generation. The problem with our generation, bro. How many black owned businesses can you name that has employees? That's scaled to where they have employees. How many major black corporations do you know that has scaled to employees, like a Walmart, a Target, Best Buy, whatever, so on and so forth, that has like a corporation worth of workers that works for them?
I don't.
I
can't name any.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like our generation or our like culture, they don't know how to scale businesses to where they have a team that's helping them to get to that point to surpass a certain level.
Right.
We're all more so do it on my own, get out of the mud by myself. There's not no teamwork. There's not no conversation about teamwork or
right.
team building or how to become even wealthier than what we are by putting the people that can actually do the job better than us in position.
Yeah.
But we want to be selfish with the money. We don't want to be like, say if I'm a photographer, right? And I know I need help with creative directing. The selfish person gonna say, "Nah, I'm gonna do everything myself. I'm gonna just keep creative directing myself
To
and
save
everything.
money.
Just save money, whatever." But the person that's thinking long term and thinking ahead, they're gonna be like, "Nah, I'm gonna get a creative director that's better than me." Because that's gonna attract more people. That's gonna build more people, bring more clients, bring more brands, bring more opportunities. Because it's a collab thing now.
Right.
We reaching a whole different level of people.
Yeah.
Because it's not just me no more. But like we don't have that mindset, bro.
Gotta work smart and harder, man.
Not facts.
Exactly. And next question: what things can lead to generational wealth?
I mean, it's really so many things, man. It's just really about what you do with the money that you earn. So, I mean, you got 3 different ways. You got earn, you have portfolio, and you have passive.
Facts.
Really, passive is what's going to create that generational wealth. Like most people are going to start off as earned income, and that's just like you're going to work to get that money. But when you take that money, you're stacking it, and then that's when you basically put it into something that's going to create
Make
that
you more
passive
money.
income.
Yeah.
So that's probably one good thing that could definitely kind of kick off generational wealth.
I feel like with that, Chris Johnson, this is my favorite quote of all time now when it comes to like finances. But his quote that he lives by is Dang, I done lost it.
I know
It's
exactly what you're talking
income.
about.
Get money by
Get
income.
money by income.
Get money by income. So basically, the money that you get from working on 9 to 5, you put that money to work in investments with stocks, real estate, life insurance policies, whatever you can find that's an investment, that's a smart investment. You put your money there and let that money make you more money. Then you spend that money on personal things that you want, like cars, toys, games, whatever. You using the money that your investment made to be able to spend on leisure things that you want.
And to what y'all both said, I feel like because of course investing, because if your money just sitting stagnant, it's like at that point it's every day. Because you gotta think about it. Like I can get paid $500, but if I don't invest that $500, but I look up, I pay for food, I pay for gas, I got to put this in over there, I got to pay these bills. You look back up a couple of days later, you like, hold on, I got 100 left.
Yeah, come on.
So it's like I feel like also it comes with delayed gratification, of course, and consistency also, because I know a lot of times for me personally, I'll invest sometimes, then I'm like, hold on, I need this money, like I need to keep this right here. Yeah, and that just leads to me just being in the hole all over again, rather than being consistent with the investing and delaying my gratification. Because like a lot of people like expensive stuff. I know I do personally. I like expensive stuff, not for the look, of course, but that's just me. I like clothes.
Quality stuff.
I like quality stuff. So a lot of times I got to tell myself like, yeah, I want this, but I can't afford to do it right now. I may look like I got the money. I may got $500. I'm not about to go spend $500 on a Gucci shirt like I used to.
Facts, bro.
When there's other stuff I could be doing with the $500.
Priorities.
Yeah.
But that quote saved me, because like now it's to the point where everything you already know how I am, like when it comes to money and everything, but like now everything I get, it literally goes straight into investments, because I know I'm playing a long-term game now versus a short-term.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for like gratification right away. I'm not looking to buy the latest car right now or anything, or the newest clothes, newest shoes, or trying to treat myself every 2 seconds. My version of treat myself is more so knowing that I'm investing in something that's going to bless me in the long run when I don't feel like working no more.
Yeah.
So to the point where if it come a day, I'm gonna be like, yo, I want to go. Let's go to Houston. Let's go to sit courtside in the game. Yeah. I got money paying me while I'm at the game, instead of trying to have to go to work and can't go to the court and go to the game and watch the game and whatever.
That comes with generational wealth, I would say. The freedom you have.
Yeah, time freedom.
Yeah, like generational wealth, bro. That freedom you got to literally do whatever you want, and you know you still got money coming in, like you said, passive income. And I feel like that's stuff a lot of people don't strive to go get, because a lot of people's families, a lot of people haven't left out of the country before. Like I know we just went out of the country last year. That was our first experience, and it's like we want to do it more. So that's motivation to even get on the grind, so we can keep doing that. But a lot of people just feel comfortable, like,
facts,
I'm gonna just work. Like it ain't nothing else. It ain't nothing else for me to see. It ain't none of that other stuff.
That just made me, like, going back to the question, like the first question about generational wealth. Environment is like another reason why, because most people in our generation, they don't get to see anything outside of where they came up from. Right. So like if you're not getting to travel and see, like, you know how Dubai is like the richest place in the world. Like if you're not getting to see different beautiful places or places that have like that type of wealth vibe, you're not gonna know that there's more to life than where you're from, basically. Like you never been outside your community, so how you gonna know that there's more to it than what you have in your community, basically?
But this is my thing. So I do agree with what you said.
Yeah,
I agree with what you said. But
still
I
got
feel
one
like
more though.
I was about to say. So I feel like also we still gotta play the hand that was dealt us.
Facts.
Like at all times. Like we always say, it's somebody across the world in a way worse situation than us.
Way worse.
And they got to it. Most millionaires have the same story. Yeah. They came from nothing. So I feel like it's really
got that dog.
Your environment does it makes it harder.
Yeah.
But it's like it's all about willpower. Your want and how bad do you want to change your situation? Because you could let your situation make you, and you just crumble up. Like I said, like this is what it is. This is what it's gonna be forever. It's my story already been written, or you can literally change the story to your book.
And it's all, I mean, it's all about your grind and like your hunger. Like basically what you said, like really what you want. Like it's so many people, bro. They come from like a different situation than where we come from. You know, like how we were talking earlier about Jay-Z and everything. Like how he came from, you know, the Marcy projects. Like we didn't come up in the projects. You know, look where he at now. So like it's definitely doable. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta put the work in. That's really where it comes to.
And with them, it's just more like my dad was talking to us about this too, but it's like a person that's coming from the hood versus somebody that's coming from the middle class. They have a way different type of hunger, because it's like a necessity that they get out. They need to get out. Well, us, it's more like a comfortable thing. It's like do you want to get out more like type thing, or do you want more for yourself because you're already in a comfortable state? So with us, we have to work a little harder to keep that drive and that motivation, because they're not gonna get tired. They're gonna work. They're gonna do the extra mile that they have to do to get to where they need to be, because they trying to get their mom out the hood. They trying to save their family. They trying to save themselves from falling into where their peers might be at.
I was about to say, like, to that point, it's because they know their why. So it's like when you know your why, it's like nothing can stop you.
Like nothing
because
keep me
they
from
know
it. Yeah.
like my why is, like you said, I got to change my bloodline. I got to change my situation for my family.
Exactly.
And a lot of them, we got people our age that might be taking care of their brothers and sisters.
Yes, bro.
Like, well, we living in our parents' crib. We got it,
Bro.
like, you know what I'm saying, food getting made and stuff like that. We got clothes on our back. But a lot of people, they helping their parents pay the bills.
Yes.
So it's like a matter, it's your why. Because you want it bad. You wanna put your mom in that house out, like, cause she provided and all that stuff. But like you gonna do what you gotta do, bro.
Bro, she over there locked in, providing for the whole family.
Oh, yes.
Single mom, majority of the time, single mom, whatever,
Yeah.
trying to look out for their kids. And like, it's a different. I know it's a different type of motivation if you sleep on the floor or you sharing beds with your
That's
siblings
facts,
and everything.
that's
Because it's
facts.
like, dang, it's not gonna last too much longer. I'm gonna get us out. Like, yo, and on top of that, your mindset is probably always thinking about that 24/7. So you're not gonna really have no lack of motivation for real. Because it's like, nah, I'm not gonna rest until we get out of here.
And bro, I think that's why it's not okay with us. Like with us being childs of God, I think that's why it's not okay with us being average. Because
we're not.
somebody, well, God blessed us with, like, some of us, most of us, He blessed us with the situation that we have, and there's people across the world that would be like wishing to have our situation.
to be in
So
our
for
position,
us, so for us to have this position, like even something simple as the podcast, something simple
Bless
as
him, bro.
having both parents in the house,
Bless him.
us having that and not taking advantage of it, it's like a smack in the face to God, because
Bro,
it's like
facts.
it's somebody in Africa that killed.
Goes back to being a steward and
Yeah.
how Matthew basically saying like you're a slothful servant.
Yeah.
Like I didn't bless you with all these things and you still complaining.
Facts.
What are you complaining for?
That's facts.
Bro, every time me and him went to LA, me and him looking at all the people in the tents, it's a whole tent city block of homeless people. I'm looking like, bro, we just flew to LA. We could afford to fly out here.
That's where the gratitude come in.
And we seeing a whole bunch of people just still homeless on the side of the street. And I think it's crazy to me. Like, I can't do it. Like, I just be real humbling, bro. It'd be like, dang, it could always be worse.
Remember we went to
Always be
Jamaica?
worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
But exactly, Jamaica, we put her to Jamaica. They over here, like the lady, she's showering her daughter outside, doing her hair with a water hose outside.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we ride ATVs,
We riding
bro.
ATVs.
The little kids, bro, they look like they're not even 5 years old, bro. They was young. They asking for money while
They run around asking for money.
on the ATV. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I mean, like you say, your situation will always be worse than what it is. Like, you just gotta, like, definitely, like, over here in America, we gotta take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, you know, they call this the American dream, but like, it's not too many people that are living the American dream. Like really, what's the real definition of American dream? You know, it's like when you really make it. You know, being in that top 1% of Americans.
That's facts.
What's good, y'all? Today's episode is brought to you by Reveal the Brand. This is our very first sponsor, and we're so happy to have them. So with them, they have the best heat in the 7.5. Any type of merch, hats, hoodies, clothes, whatever you can name, they got it. And y'all need to rock their clothes, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, I had to get my care package today. Matter of fact, right when I entered the studio. So y'all need y'all to get y'all junk too. So link in the bio. We're gonna have the page put up on the screen and everything for y'all. But yeah, tap in with them, bro. Love. But going back to the generational wealth, basically how you can get generational wealth is through passive income, and then what other people do, or wealthy people do, they use other people's money. So with credit and how they spend off loans. So majority of wealthy people, they'll literally go get a loan, use that money to invest in something like a real estate property or into stocks, whatever, and then they'll use that money to the profit they make from that. They'll use that to pay back the loan, and then they'll keep the profit. They didn't use none of their own personal money. They didn't use no money out of their own pocket. They used other person's money, invested it, got a return, pocketed their money, and paid the loan back without touching their own money.
Free money.
And that's how they play it. That's how they do it. And they repeat, recycle.
Yeah.
And with us, we're more so focused on, I put my hours in, working 10 for an hour, $10 an hour, whatever we're making, and then repeat. Like, we're not finding that investment that's going to pay us.
Yeah.
And it's also about, like, you got to take the risk.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
I remember I was talking to a family member of mine, and I was telling him about stocks. And, I mean, I won't bash my family member, not like that. It's family. But I was telling him about stocks and everything. He was just asking me a couple of questions about it. But then, you know, he was like, nah, I don't really want to take that risk. It's in a third. But I knew that he loved to play the lottery, though. So I'm like, but, man, you taking the risk playing the lottery. Like, you might as well take the risk in the stock market. You know, something that could definitely give you that gain. You know, like, you're going off hope, basically, with just the lottery.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, I mean, and that's really where that generational wealth come in. It's like you got to spread the knowledge through your family tree. You spread the knowledge through your family tree, and that's where you get that generational wealth from.
It's crazy, though, because like stocks can be considered as gambling, but that's only if you don't have a plan of action.
Right.
Like if you don't know what you're doing, then it's considered gambling because you're just throwing your money at anything.
Yeah.
But if you actually have a plan of action, you're actually studying what smart investment is, what businesses can go into what business, and so on and so forth, what CEO is talking about in this company, and what's to come in the future, then you'd be like, oh, I bet I'm gonna throw 100K here. Like that's what all these rappers be doing and everything. They go to the best people that do stocks. They be like, all right, what's the best move right here? They be like, all right, Elon Musk about to come out with a new car. This is this and that, electric vehicles. You know, in a couple years, everything's gonna be electric vehicle based.
Right.
He's like, oh, I bet I'm gonna throw 100K here. 5 years from now, they made $1 million off that 100K because they invested for the future. They thought ahead instead of in the present and found an opportunity where they can build generational wealth just like that.
So because you said that, I got a question for both of y'all. So why do y'all think people like MC Hammer or people that got millions of dollars, they had that song, they had that $1 million idea, and then like the next couple of years, you find out you go on the news, they broke.
Guidance. And then their environment.
Yeah.
If you like, it's all about who you hang around. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got crash dummies around you, you're gonna be that crash dummy. It don't matter if you hit the lottery or not. You don't have no guidance. You don't have nobody around you telling you, yo, don't put your money in there.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna work out, or that's a bad idea, this and the third. So you definitely gotta be some guidance. Not maybe you may not have the guidance yourself, but you have somebody next to you that can guide you.
I'm gonna say, yeah, he was the smartest person in the room. And once you're the smartest person in the room, you have no room to go. You just put a ceiling over yourself. So with him, he had, like he just said, guidance. He ain't had nobody to ask questions to, or had nobody to lead him in the right direction of where he put his money at. Because same thing with Allen Iverson. Like they all went broke being around the wrong people trying to show off. Mike Tyson did the same thing. Over here buying girls' cars after he won a fight. Over here buying like 5 BMWs. Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't have nobody leading you in the right direction or showing you how to steward your money in the right way so you can have long-term money.
And also, to that point, like you said, Allen Iverson and MC Hammer, I feel like a lot of them, once they made it, they try to take everybody with them.
Got content too. Yeah, you can't bring
to take everybody. So you buy your man's, you like, oh, that's my day one. I'm buying him a car. Yeah. I'm buying him a car. Next, you buy your man's right there a car. You gotta buy the whole crew car.
The whole block.
And then your auntie like, oh no, I took care of you.
Yeah,
I took care of you. You know what I'm saying, when you was a little kid.
But see, this is where it come in. Like
saying no.
When we speak in generational wealth, saying no. But then if I'm gonna buy you a car, yeah, let me go get you a car. But then I'm gonna put you on the Turo.
Facts.
That's
I didn't turn your liability into an asset.
Facts. I'm gonna get you a real estate, like investment property.
But basically showing them how to use that blessing that you just gave them. Like that's like me getting a blessing of $1 million, right? And I'd be like, here's $100K.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just give you $100K just for you to blow the $100K. I'm gonna be like, all right, here's $100K. But what we about to do with the $100K? You're gonna put this right here in the stocks. You're gonna put this right here for a real estate investment, and this little 10, 20K right here. Then you can spend it on yourself. Whatever leisure thing you want. That's like that may be a liability, just something that you want. But this other money right here, majority of it, we're gonna put in an investment that's gonna bring you more money later down the road for your kids.
That's right.
And I feel like that's where more conversations need to be in because we talk more so on, oh yeah, I'm about to buy this new car, or I'm about to buy this new watch. I'm about to buy this. I'm about to buy that. But buying a whole bunch of things that depreciate as soon as you take it off the lot.
Right.
Like what are conversations of, oh yeah, I'm about to buy this land, bro. Because in 10 years it's gonna appreciate because they building a casino over here, or they building a stadium over here. Like how we was just talking earlier about how like about the gentrification and everything that's about to happen in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be those type of conversations where we be like, all right, in 10 years, where is this going to be at? Where the market going to be at?
You got to think ahead.
Exactly. You have to think ahead, bro.
Ahead.
And with Portsmouth, we know that they're building a casino out there. So right now might be a best bet to build a house out there because who knows what else they're going to add on to go to the casino because they're not going to only have a casino out there. Something else is going to get built out there to where it's going to bring more attraction and everything. Yeah. Because Portsmouth about to be the new Norfolk.
Facts.
So like, what's going to be the best time to invest over there, whether it's a business, putting a business over there near the casino that's going to have foot traffic, whether it's buying real estate, whether it's whatever, getting advertising, whatever put out there, we have to start thinking ahead like that.
And then also it comes discipline too. Like you got to have discipline with money
and consistency.
That too as well. Because if you have $10,000 but you can't control $10,000, you're not gonna be able to get 50,000.
Facts.
And that's just really how it is. Like, so you have to be disciplined with your money. You gotta know where to put it. And even if you do put it like in a savings account, you just let it sit there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's better than letting it sit there than just taking it and just spending it all.
Facts.
You know,
Chris Johnson always says that he be like, if you're scared to invest $100, how can you expect to invest $10,000?
That's right.
How can you expect to invest $100,000 when opportunity comes to be able to have that big reward.
Yeah, that's facts.
But like you're not gonna ever get to that point if you're not willing to take that risk, like he just said, or be disciplined with your consistency about it. Because I know for me, I don't have a certain money in my stock account, but I'm not gonna get there if I'm not investing consistently. Especially when the market drops down, when everything's on sale. Like right now, I just got mad because Square dropped down to $57. That's why I should have been loading the boat.
Yeah.
But I've been holding off.
What you be saying? Buy low.
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
Like, buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
But I've been holding off because one, I'm trying to save for a house, but two, fear. Like trying to figure out is it gonna go lower because you can't time the market.
All right.
But I think it's crazy, bro.
When we were talking about the stock market and everything, and I was telling you about my family member, like it goes back to what I was saying earlier. When we was talking to saying earn, portfolio, and then passive. So from my earned job, let's say I make $50,000 a year. I put my mind and I research the stocks. I go to the right people. You know, I just do what I need to do for 6 months. The next 6 months, I'm ready to start trading. Right. So I've stacked up my money from my earned job. Now I'm putting in money to the stock market. Now I've moved over to portfolio income. Now the money, my returns that I'm getting from the stock market, I am now going to put in something that's going to create passive income for me.
Or something. Yeah.
And it just goes hand in hand. So I mean, it always takes time. And one thing about our generation is like we want to like this
Quick
Yeah,
money.
and it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with quick money, but you also got to think like where you trying to go. Like you can't. It's not just gonna happen overnight. You know.
That's facts.
Nah, that was actually crazy because, like you said, like our generation only likes But I think social media plays a part in that though.
Definitely.
It definitely does.
They see our generation, they be like, oh yeah, I made $100K in a day with this. I made this, and that in a day or in a week, whatever. And they be like, hold on, I want to do that too. Go ahead.
But you can see somebody on Instagram, they in front of a Lamborghini, holding all this cash.
They
But
could be
you
capping.
don't know. But you don't know how they got it though.
That's
you know how many
facts.
people
That's
rent
facts.
cars and
Loans.
go get
Oh,
prop
hey,
money and
hey,
just
hey.
post up, or they could have scammed that. Like you don't know what
Facts.
they did
Yeah.
to get that money. You know what I'm saying? You would rather want to get it the legal way than the illegal way. And I don't never judge or not nobody that's doing it illegal or legal because you never know how nobody's situation is. You know, some people just get out and get it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's crazy though because I seen a post on Twitter, and then dude was basically saying everybody want to be a millionaire, but nobody just wants to invest in the S&P 500 consistently for 10 years straight. Like if you keep investing, if you invest every month, if you used to invest $100 every month into the S&P 500, by the time you 45, 50, you'll probably be a millionaire.
That's crazy.
Yes, but nobody likes the long term game. Nobody wants to wait that long to become a millionaire. Everybody wants instant gratification. That's why nobody does it.
It's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
Like somebody doesn't want the feeling of them taking $100 and just putting it there, and they have to wait 10 years.
I feel like you lost
to see
it.
$1 million,
Yeah.
right? But they'll rather go work for 30 years and retire at 65 and get a social security check.
Yeah.
That's not paying them what they were making when they were working.
Which is crazy.
That's
It's
facts.
backwards.
That's
You're
facts.
hustling
And it goes
backwards.
to psychological.
That is facts.
You're hustling backwards, and you're still paying off your debt from college and all that. You're hustling backwards.
Yeah, every loan.
Bro, that thing is really crazy. But I like that that our generation, I feel like COVID woke everybody up. I feel like COVID woke everybody up as far as like having financial literacy because it won't nothing else that they could do but learn something new.
Right, you had to think about things.
I got that got that PUA check. When I tell you, boy, I was 18, 10 bands hit my account. If I knew what I knew now and I had that money in my hands now, yeah, it'd have been a whole different story. But I had that money, blew it all in my car.
Put in XRP.
Yo,
But that's what makes me mad though because I didn't get none of that like refund money or the little whatever you just called it.
PUA.
Yeah, PUAs and everything.
100%. I didn't get that either.
Bro, I promise you.
I was tight.
Boy, if we would have had that when we did AMC,
AMC to the moon, baby.
Hey, boy.
what?
We've been on the island right now.
Come on now, brother. I'm in LA every week, boy.
Nah, fast.
But yeah, I'm glad our generation is actually finally waking up to trying to learn more. Like we're more hungry now about learning about finances because it's been hidden from us so long. But
I feel like when you get to ground zero, that's where you learn the most lessons. Like a lot of lessons I learned about money, I won't taught. It was just me making bad decisions with my money. And I'm not saying go make bad decisions with your money, but I'm saying like for some like it really sometimes it takes you like if you like I know for me I wasn't always disciplined with my money, so it took me having to be in a bad situation to learn like like you can't keep you know what I'm saying you can't keep doing this. So yeah,
sometimes it do take for you to get hit in the head, like for you to wake up and be like, all right, hold on, let me lock in.
Yeah.
But like my dad says all the time, you can't tell going there how to. You can't tell been there how to get there. Basically, 'cause my dad's been there. He already lived our life. He's double our age, so he's already lived the life that we're living right now. and we're going there. You can't tell, been there, how to get there, because we haven't got there yet. We're not to his point. So it takes a wise person to actually look for that knowledge from older people, or actually take their advice. Cause like how Dad be saying, don't do this because I did it when I was y'all age. Actually taking that advice and taking his word for it, and not doing it, because if we do it, it might mess us up. No, but the whole time we just had the game plan not to do it, or why we shouldn't have done it and mess up anyway.
And a lot of us in this generation, we real rebels. Like we gotta do it, and then when it happened, we like, oh man, I should listen.
Yeah.
You know, like wise words from Simmons. He said, I learned a lot from not listening. You know, and I really felt that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, coming up like as a kid, like I didn't listen all the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, like that's just you know what you do as kids, but it's things that I know now, the way that I see now, that I kind of go back and like when my parents told me, like, dang, it was right.
Yeah,
you know?
facts. A whole bunch of situations, bro.
Right. And they always say what you just said, like, I already lived your life. You know what I'm saying? I done been there, done that, you know? And you kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But then you really see it, it's like, dang, bro, they was right this whole time.
No, it's crazy. Like they really do be trying to help out.
And they get cocky too. They be like, I told you.
Yeah.
But that's crazy because like that's how I look back on like stuff like credit cards and stuff like that when my parents trying to tell me early, but that wasn't. I think the problem is we think of it as like that's far down the line. So like I'm in high school, I'm in 10th grade, my mom trying to tell me about credit card. I'm like, bro, I'm not getting a credit card till like 2 years from now.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to hear that. But then when the credit card actually happened, you like, hold on, Ma, what I do?
Yeah.
Like what I do. And I be wishing like I can go back in time and listen to what my parents used to say about saving money, putting money away, like not buying clothes all the time.
Right.
Like it ain't always about getting what you want.
And I mean, like when you young, you know, you gonna spend money a little bit more aggressively because, like I said,
less risk.
Right, and it's a psychological thing. Like when you see, like, let's say you put a stack on the table right now for somebody that has never seen the stack before.
Yeah.
They're gonna go spend it aggressively.
They're blowing that whole bag
Just because they're like, dang, like I never seen this before. Like now I can go get them shoes I wanted to
Yeah.
get. I can go get that little watch I wanted to get or whatever the case may be. Like, I mean,
That's right.
it's kind of crazy though.
Nah. To wrap this up though, I have a question for both of y'all. I'm gonna answer two after y'all. But generational wise, what can you do 5 years from now, or what do you plan to do 5 years from now to start paving the way for your kids' kids?
So for me, so I'm a realtor, of course. 5 years from now, I would want to have investment properties already set up where I'm getting passive income.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to put my kids' name on them like when the time comes.
So hard.
But then also I want to give my kids, I want to make them authorized users on my credit cards. So they're going to be benefiting from my credit history. While they're not even going to be able to use, they're not going to be able to use their credit cards yet, but their score is already building. Because my mom always told us, like, it don't matter what money you got, if you don't got credit, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got good credit can get you anything. You can go get $1 million house with good credit. That don't mean you got $1 million in your pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? 100%. So it's like, that's definitely what I'm going to do. And then, like, investing, small stuff like that. Invest in my kids' money early. Like, especially watching Chris Johnson, like how me and you talk about what he does with his daughter.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
it's tough, bro.
because putting your kids, just putting them through public school is not enough. And letting them, like, figure out that stuff is not enough. Like, it's going to have to take extra stuff at home, like me sitting down, because I don't want my kids to have to go through the same stuff I had to go through. I'm sitting at the gas station trying to figure out how to put gas in my tank. You get what I'm saying?
What?
Like, nah. So I want to make sure they're prepared. Like, yeah, you gonna work and all of that, but like, bro, we building the empire.
Bro, for me, that's facts. So for me, basically all the same things, having investment properties, having different studios around the nation to where there are people that's booking the studios, they're paying me rent, and everyone's gonna go to my kids, investment properties, I'm gonna be investing in stocks and all that stuff for them. And then also, like you just said, like with school system, I already know how the school system is, taking that time out of my day to teach my kids the fundamentals of investing and how to use other people's money, how to save money, where to put the money at to make more money, and then you spend that money on stuff that you actually want for toys and everything. So teach my kids the fundamentals of using the money that your money makes to buy toys and things that you want. And also just more so just maximize my business to where I can pass my business down one day to my kids.
Yeah, same.
To where my business may end up $1 million company and be able to pass it on to my kids or somebody that's in my family. That's tough to me. Like, that'd be hard.
That's legacy.
Yeah. Definitely investment properties. That's definitely a big thing. You know, that's something that you can hold on to and you can just pass down. That's generational wealth.
Yeah.
And definitely showing them to take a percentage of their money. Like let's say when I had my kid, like, hey, Uncle CL gave me $10. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me get 5 of that. I'm gonna take those your $5. I'm gonna put it in this account. And every time you get money, I'm gonna just take a little bit of that and put this in this account. So when you get 18 and you want a car,
it's
your
sitting
car
right there.
right there.
It's gonna be
it's
fat.
sitting right
That's
there
true.
for you. So you teaching them early, like what we know now, and it's good that like we're young and we're at this age and that we're getting all this knowledge. So then when we have our kids, we can pass that down. So this is where the generational wealth starts.
That's facts. That's
Facts. We here to change the generation, bro.
Sure, no doubt.
Not James, bro. Like we really about to change the generation, though. Like,
Yeah.
Think about it. We're in our 20s. We all 21 and below.
Yeah.
21, 20. And like, what we're doing now is low key way ahead of where our parents was at our age.
No, it's ahead of than people our age.
Exactly, bro.
Most of our generation is not doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in fact, exactly. What we're talking about right now is stuff that grown ups probably just now talking about or just not learning about. That's like a little like in the 30s, 40s year old. So we're like 10 years ahead of majority of people or the average person. So what are we going to do with that 10 years of ahead, like basically being ahead to help like catapult us to greatness, basically?
And it's hard. It's actually hard because it's like we're set apart, and anybody can be set apart. It's just a matter of like actually pulling yourself away from the crowd, like where everybody else is
putting your head
partying.
down.
Yeah, everybody else is partying. Like you working or something like that. Like I decided not like when I dropped out of school. I'm like the people in my graduation class of 2024. They gonna graduate with no money in their account.
No facts.
Whether like when 2024 comes, I'm gonna have more money in my account than most of them. Not cocky, but that's the route I chose.
Financially disciplined.
Yeah. Taking that risk. Risk. Gotta take the risk.
Facts.
So for those that have been listening, the key points that y'all need to remember is to be wealthy, you have to find a way to make passive income. Turn your earned income into passive income. Get money by income. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you want to be able to not spend your own personal money, use other people's money to make investments on smart investments. Don't just get no loan, put in something bad and owe more money than what you have to pay back. Get a loan, invest in a real estate property or some stocks that you know is gonna make you a return, and then pocket the profit and pay the loan back off and repeat that cycle. And the other thing is just feeding yourself with knowledge, being knowledgeable, read books, read, and that would probably be the top 3 right there. And save your money as much as possible so you can actually be able to have that chunk of money to put down on an opportunity or whatever that may come your way. Yeah. But
one thing too, we are not financial advisors.
Yeah, facts.
Facts.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
Hey, we are not financial advisors. But yeah, this is the More Purpose Podcast. This is episode 10 of season finale.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Much love. We bringing more heat coming season 2. Season 2 will be dropping in September.
That's facts.
So much love to y'all. Come on, Angels. Y'all be safe. We out.
Yes, sir.